Hello, I hope you're well. Oh, I can't see my face. Can you see my face? The sun's just shining in it a little bit. I am, oops, sorry, just a message came through. I can't see myself. It's not massively important, but if I can't see myself, you might not be able to. Anyway, it's bright, isn't it? It's lovely. This is probably my favourite type of weather, is when it's like frosty and cold, but sunny at the same time. I miss the sun. Anyway, thank you so much to those who have watched my video from yesterday. I can't fucking get it on Instagram because it's 20 minutes long, so I'm going to have to re-record it. Whoopie-doo! They say when you push yourself out your comfort zone, do it again. So I guess that's a positive. But thank you so much. I've had some really amazing... I've had responses. And if you watch the video, you will hear that I felt very invisible for a long time. And that's, that's a video for another time. But anyway, fuck it. Something that I just wanted to talk about today, I want to keep this momentum going with taking off the mother mask. Because I feel if I'm going through this, maybe there's some of you out there who can relate, who is also suffering. And I think part of this also is finding a tribe, right? I've tried for so long to build different kind of communities and tribes and get really specific of who I'm most equipped to help, because we can't help everyone. Some of you will think, yeah, Annie, I totally resonate and you're my girl. Others will think, fuck that shit, what are you on about? And that's fine. That's okay. That is okay. So let me tell you, what I want to just quickly talk about, it's not going to take 20 minutes, is labels. One of the most helpful labels that I have stuck on my ass, not literally, is probably when I had Bonnie, and it was postnatal depression and anxiety. And at the time, I didn't really understand what it was, but I related to the symptoms. And it allowed me some direction. Now, I am very, if you know me, you'll know how naturopathic I am. I love to look towards functional medicine, nutritional therapy, nature in terms of healing and rebalancing, restoring harmony within the body. That's just naturally me. I have not always been that way. There is a huge backstory with me and chemicals. Story for another time. So I'm not adverse, by the way, to medication. I work with a lot of mums who take it. But this is just my approach. I want to know more. I want to know about the gaps that we fall through and what's at the root. So that was the first, it was the integral puzzle piece to me creating my brand that is now the Energized Mother and the work that I do with mums. Because a big part of my mission is to stop mums going down that rabbit hole of depression and anxiety, which can live out this legacy effect of depletion later down the line. So that was really helpful. And recently, there's a couple of other things, labels, that I've attached myself to. One of them is PMDD, which is feeling in complete despair in the luteal phase of your hormonal cycle, so just before your period. And the other one, which is quite new to me, but I've said for a while, my brain just doesn't work in the way that I'd like it to. We need to listen to ourselves sometimes. The other one is ADHD. I've had a screening for ADHD, and it's likely that I have it. I don't know why, but it makes me feel like a kid again. But anyway, it makes a lot of sense. Now, I don't want to come on here and start going down this kind of medical chat or scientific kind of getting into the theory around this. But I'm just going to quickly say what I've been experiencing and my approach to labels. So I get massively overwhelmed. I get stuck like a rabbit in headlights. I am highly sensitive. I take things personally, and I think I'm an empathic badass, but I get derailed. If Bonnie's going through something, I feel it massively. I can't, getting words out of my head out of my mouth is hard, and especially writing. It's almost like I have to I've got all the tabs from Google open in my brain, and I need to kind of piece together the information. And then around the cycle is feeling like I just take this massive dip in terms of mood before my cycle. And what it feels like is these patterns just repeat. I think without going into the detail of all the symptoms, is I feel like I make these changes and they take me so far, but then these patterns keep repeating. And I've always got this kind of saying in the back of my head is if we fail to find the solution, the problem keeps repeating itself. And what I will say, coming back to the labels, is it's interesting. There's a D in everything, and I'm married to a D. I can't blame him. He's only supportive. Is that, here's the thing. I see a label like a signpost. I think when we are suffering from what feels really complex, it feels multifactorial, it feels overwhelming, at times hopeless, it makes you feel helpless, you feel like you're fucking broken, you feel like you can't be fixed, you feel like a bit of a child just screaming out for help. And I think we sometimes write ourselves off and think this is just our normal now, things are going to be this way. We reach out for help and labels and diagnoses because we want answers. What I see a label as being is a signpost. It gives you direction, but it's not the whole fucking map. It's not solving your journey. And that's what I just want to say, because I'm a little bit label adverse. You know, I am very holistic, I am very naturopathic, and I tend to shy away from diagnoses and labels. I'm just being honest. But when I reflect back, it's those labels that have been the most helpful in terms of giving me direction and a really big part of how my business and my health journey has come about and transpired. So, and we all have different mindsets and perceptions and, you know, viewpoints of looking at this. So that's all I wanted to say, that sometimes it's helpful to be aware of these things, to do research, to understand them, to see how they affect us. But then my work is taking the symptom as the signpost and then going balls deep into what's going on beneath the surface. And this is where we get into the realm of the nervous system, of our gut microbiome, of our belief systems, of trauma, childhood stresses, imprinting that has happened in our early years that are dictating these kind of patterns, thought processes, emotional state belief systems. This is where the richness, this is where the healing is, this is where the magic is. And maybe part of that journey is a combined approach between the conventional and the naturopathic. You know, I work with a lot of mums that take medication, or maybe it's not, but the beauty of it is you get to choose and you get to have the options, but you get to have the wisdom, the understanding of what's going on inside your body. What the fuck? I sound like I'm preaching, but the whole point of coming on today is just to talk a little bit about labels and how they can actually be quite helpful if we use them as a signpost and not attach them to our identity. That's the bitch the badger that I was trying to say. Okay, let me know if you relate. Hashtag take off the mother mask, and I'll keep chatting about my journey. I've not had my assessment yet, but I'll let you know when I do. I can't afford it at the moment. I'm not waiting on the waiting list. It's fucking years long, but I will probably do it privately, but I haven't got the money at the moment. So let me know if you can resonate, and please let me know how you're feeling too. Take care. Bye. This is 8 minutes 30. Woo woo.